Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for us to start the seminar. Welcome to our seminar, Keeping Kyudai International Community Safe, How the Tohoku Crisis Affects Us. My name is Kazuo Ogata, Professor of Institute of Tropical Agriculture and the head of the International Education Center, and in charge of G30 Project Office of Kyushu University. So I will be moderating today's sessions. Almost 1 month and a week has passed since the unexampled tragic Tohoku crisis occurred in March 11th. According to today's newspaper, 13,802 people were killed by the earthquake and tsunami. 14,120 people are still missing, and 136,535 people are spending their life in evacuation sites. We would like to express our profoundest sympathy and condolences for the victims. But before starting the seminar, please pay 1 minute silent tribute to the victims of the disasters. Just 1 minute, please. Now, before starting the presentations, let me explain why we have offered this seminar today. At our university, there are over 2,000 international students and researchers, and I understand some of them have no Japanese language skills. You can see the support and measure of Kyushu University for Tohoku crisis in our English website, as well as a message to you from the President, Professor Arikawa. But it is fact that there are some influence on Kyushu University. We understand that your country presented a recommendation on this matter. Some recommended to refrain from taking the trip to Japan, some to evacuate the damaged area, and others to escape from Japan. We know that 22 foreign students went back to their country in early April, 22 your friends. And still 12 students have not back to the Kyushu University yet. And 20 candidates of exchange program students decided not to come to Kyushu University. We have been doing our best to send the crisis-related news in English to our international students and researchers, particularly those who don't have comprehended Japanese. So our aim for today is to give you precise and practical information on the topics related to the Tohoku crisis in English. Well, the seminar is scheduled for 1.5 hours, finishing at 6:10. We will have 2 presentations given by Kyushu University's world-renowned professors. The first topic is earthquake, tsunami, and volcanic eruptions, natural hazards in Fukuoka, given by Professor Hiroshi Shimizu, the Faculty of Science. And second topic is radiation affected by accident at Fukushima nuclear power plant, given by Professor Kazuya Idemitsu from the Faculty of Engineering. At the end of each presentation, a short Q&A time specific to each lecture is scheduled. But for more general, you may ask in the last Q&A sessions. It will be scheduled for 20 minutes. Now, I have the pleasure to introducing to you the first speaker, Professor Dr. Hiroshi Shimizu. Professor Hiroshi Shimizu is the director of Institute of Seismology and Volcanology, the Faculty of Science. He is concerning a national project on earthquake and volcano eruption prediction. The talk today is earthquake, tsunami, and volcanic eruption, natural hazard in Fukuoka. He will talk about the mechanism of earthquake and earthquake activities in our regions. Well, Professor Shimizu, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hiroshi, a professor of the Institute of Seismology and Volcanology. In this seminar, I would like to talk about the mechanism of Tohoku big earthquake first, and I will show you whether the influence of the earthquake reaches to Kyushu or not. Next, I will introduce the disastrous earthquake which is supposed to occur in and around Kyushu. Okay, this is the first slide. This shows the seismic intensity by the 2011 of the Pacific coast of Tohoku earthquake. So this earthquake occurred on 11th March this year. So you know, the very big, magnitude 9, the biggest earthquake in Japan. And so epicenter is here. And so red colored indicate the high level seismic intensity. So intensity 6 or more widely distributed in eastern Japan. And even in the Kyushu area, so some people felt the vibration by the big earthquake. Okay, so this shows the plate tectonics in and around Japan. So, so Japan is located at convergent margin of several plates. So you know the Earth is covered with many plates, so like jigsaw puzzle. So near Japan, so Pacific Sea Plate subduct beneath eastern Japan. So and Philippine Sea Plate is subducting beneath southwestern Japan. There are many types of earthquakes in subduction zone, and so this shows the subduction of oceanic plate beneath continental plate, and so this is the fourth zone of the interplate earthquake. So the Tohoku big earthquake is also this type. So this type, mechanism of this type is shown here. So the oceanic plate is subducting beneath continental plate, and so oceanic plate, subduction of the oceanic plate drag the continental plate. So continental plate bending toward downward. But when the friction strength is over the limit, so continental plate rebound. So then big earthquake generated, and also the tsunami also generated. And so besides this type of earthquake, there are other several type of earthquake. So this shows the this earthquake occurred in the subducting plate, subducting oceanic plate. Besides this type, so we usually observe this type of earthquake. This type of earthquake is an inland sharp earthquake. So this these earthquakes are generated by the active fault. And so this map shows the fault area of the Tohoku earthquake and comparison with historical large earthquakes in eastern Japan. So yellow rectangular indicate the fault zone of the Tohoku big earthquake. And the size of the fault is about 500 kilometers by 150 kilometers. And so other historical big earthquake is also shown the oval. So you can easily recognize this Tohoku earthquake has very, very big fault zone compared with the historical big earthquake. So the recent tsunami study showed that the only comparable earthquake in the past is the Jogan earthquake, magnitude of about 8.6. This Jogan earthquake occurred in 869, so about 1200 years ago. So this type of such a huge earthquake may occur. This shows the time interval of such a very big earthquake is probably longer than 1,000 years. So because this earthquake is very extra huge, so the ground displacement, ground deformation is also very big. So this map shows the horizontal ground displacement, and this right-hand figure shows the vertical component of the ground deformation. And each vector indicates the deformation at each observation point. So these deformations are observed by using the GPS navigation system. And sorry, I'm afraid that you cannot see the side of the vector. So the largest horizontal deformation is about larger than 4 meters. So, and on the other hand, vertical component, the largest displacement is about 70 centimeters, I think. And these large amount of deformation are observed almost all over the eastern Japan, very wide area. So this earthquake affect the another earthquake, another seismic activity in wide area. So this shows the epicenter of the epicenter from 10th to 16th March this year. The magnitude is greater than 3. So relatively large. So failed earthquake plotted here. And this group, this cluster indicates the aftershock of the Tohoku earthquake. And this group, these epicenters are epicenter indicate the induced seismicity, so the induced by the Tohoku earthquake. This map shows the activation of seismicity was recognized in eastern and central Japan. Yes, eastern and central, even the central Japan. And the activated area corresponds with the area in which large deformation was observed. So this area, so almost the whole area of the eastern Japan, so moved a very large amount of deformation was observed, and this area almost corresponds to the induced seismicity area. But no seismicity with magnitude greater than 3 was observed in the inland of Kyushu area. So no earthquake, no moderate and big earthquake occurred in Kyushu after the Tohoku earthquake. So the next, I will show you the more. So I would like to check the inference. So using the more high sensitive observation data. So this shows the epicenter in Kyushu in last 1 year. So so we live in Kyushu, but in Kyushu, so people seldom feel earthquake. But this map shows 8,000, more than 8,000 earthquakes occur in Kyushu only 1 year. So Kyushu is also very, very active region. But this earthquake is very small, micro earthquake, so not felt by man, only detected by the seismometer, high sensitive seismometers. So this epicenter determined by our observatory, and you find seismicity here, so near Fukuoka city, Fukuoka Bay Area. And this is the aftershock of 2005 Fukuoka earthquake. So this Fukuoka earthquake occurred about 6 years ago, but even now, small, not felt aftershock continue. And so this shows the cumulative number of earthquakes in the Fukuoka area, this area. So, sorry. So the cumulative number of earthquakes gradually increase like this, so almost linear. And this line indicates the occurrence of the Tohoku big earthquake. So before and after the Tohoku earthquake, so the occurrence rate of Fukuoka earthquake not changed. So occurrence rate is not changed by the mega quake. So this shows that Kyushu area, especially the Fukuoka region, is not directly affected by the Tohoku earthquake. Okay. So the next is, from now, so I will show you the big disastrous earthquake in and around Kyushu. So in the Kyushu, beneath the Kyushu, the Philippine sea plate is subducting about 5 or 6 centimeters per year. And so the situation of the plate subduction is similar to the Tohoku district. So like Tohoku area, so Kyushu, we have many earthquakes in the Kyushu area. This shows the hypocenter distribution of in and around the Kyushu area determined by our institute. And warm color indicates the shallow earthquake, and the cold color, blue, indicates the deep earthquake. So this shows the Philippine sea plate subduct about 200 or 250 kilometers. And this area is interplate region of the subducting Philippine sea plate and continental plate. So we are living here. So this area, the east coast of Kyushu Island, so interplate big earthquake sometimes occur. about roughly speaking, the interval of the magnitude 7 class big earthquake occur every 20 years in the Hyuganada region. And the last magnitude 7 Hyuganada earthquake occurred in 1984. So 27 years have passed. So I think in near future, magnitude 7 class Hyuganada earthquake will occur. And so this white circle indicates the inland shallow earthquakes. And so in Fukuoka region, I think inland shallow earthquake is the most dangerous for us. So from now, it shows that, okay. So in 2005, Fukuoka earthquake with magnitude 7 occurred here. And this earthquake occurred on the fault plane of the Keigo Fault. And the type of the Keigo Fault is a light lateral strike slip fault. So, so this type of fault not generate the big tsunami. So the big earthquake occurred just beneath the Fukuoka area. So very strong motion expected, but there are no big tsunamis. So this shows the estimation of Keigo Fault earthquake. The magnitude of the Keigo Fault earthquake is expected to be estimated 7.2, and the probability of occurrence in 30 years, within 30 years, is from 0.3 to 6%. And this map shows the estimated seismic intensity. So along the Keigo Fault, intensity of 6 upper is estimated. And especially in the east side of the fault, as intensity will become larger. And the intensity of 6 lower is widely distributed in the western side of the fault. And so the inland shallow earthquake is the most dangerous. But so we also understand these type, so mega quake in the southwestern Japan. So this type of earthquake is very similar to the Tohoku big earthquake. So the Tokai and Tonankai and the Nankai earthquake may occur simultaneously. And when these 3 earthquakes occur simultaneously, so the magnitude became 8.6, very big. And the probability of occurrence in 30 years, about 50%, very high. So this type of earthquake will occur, I think, in 10 or in 20 years. So when this type of earthquake occurred, this shows the seismic intensity is 6 upper in the southern coast, along the southern coast of southwestern Japan. But so in Kyushu, relatively low level. And in Fukuoka region, seismic intensity is estimated about 5 lower or 4. So, so variable. And tsunami, this bottom map shows the height of tsunami. And so also in the southern, along the southern coast, tsunami height is very high, 5 meters, and some place at more than higher than 10 meter tsunami attack, will attack. But in the Fukuoka area, so lower than 1 meter tsunami will come. So this mega quake is very, very serious affect very serious damage in the southwestern area of Japan, but Fukuoka area is not seriously damaged by this megaquake. And so, besides these earthquakes, so we have many active volcanoes in the Kyushu Island, and Tsurumi, Kyushu, Aso, Unzen, Kirishima, Sakurajima, and totally 17 active volcanoes located in the Kyushu area. And especially, in particular, Sakurajima volcano is very active, and Kirishima, Shimoedake Kirishima volcano is still now erupting. So, although the volcano is active, but so these volcanoes are far from the Fukuoka. So even the Tsurumi or Yufu volcano about 100 kilometers far. So this shows the last eruption of Unzen volcano. 44 people were killed by the pyroclastic flow. But this eruption is very big, but disaster area is limited only in the Shimabara Peninsula, very narrow, very small region. So Fukuoka area is free from the volcanic disaster. Okay, so and it's a summary. The 2011 off the Pacific coast of Tohoku earthquake does not directly affect the seismic activity in Fukuoka. The most disastrous earthquake for Fukuoka are inland shallow earthquake caused by active fault, but no large tsunamis accompanied. The intensity of 6 upper is estimated in case the cable fault earthquake of magnitude 7.2 occur. The megaquake in southwestern Japan is supposed to occur. However, Fukuoka is not seriously damaged. Although several volcanoes in Kyushu are active, but Fukuoka is far enough and upwind of the volcanoes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Now, we'd like to have 1 or 2 questions from the followers. Is there any question or additional comments? No? So I understand that the prediction of the earthquake is very difficult. For the moment, maybe earthquake will be occur in Fukuoka, but as far as tsunami, it's less probable, right?
Yes.
What do you mean? The probability 0.3 to 6%?
First, I have to tell you that you might find this range between 0.3 to 6 is quite large. That actually reflects the still, it's not the investigation is done enough to ensure more accuracy. But the more investigation and studies will proceed, the accuracy of prediction will become more as a keener, so that this range will narrows.
Yes, please.
In the map of Fukuoka, there is like for the Keigo fault, it shows that the intensity is different in left and right side. Why is it like this?
This actually means the western part or the left side of this active fault is more solid than the one on the right-hand side or the eastern side. So the surface ground is harder on the left-hand side than the right-hand side. That makes a difference.
西側はほとんど地表面まで硬い地層なのに対して東側は硬い地層はちょっと下に掘らないとない、そういうことです。
If you have any questions, please write down some of your questions. If we cannot answer here, we will offer you in the website anyway. So thank you very much, Professor Shimizu. Thank you.